face cloth that you could see through and a thing of Ajax to clean her toilets. And I sucked it up because I knew that she was giving me money every week so I could put away to take my kids on an MMA tour, a cruise, right? I mean, you guys are in my Facebook. You should see my memories. I cleaned my grandmother's toilets with a pot of water, a, a fucking see-through cloth, and a jar of Ajax. Because I wasn't allowed to run the sink and rinse out the fucking rag. And she's so dumb that she didn't realize that the germs coming off our toilets were going back into the fucking pot of water she gave me. Seriously. Like, I love my grandma. My grandma passed. I thought that she died before, and you said I lied. No, her house was vacant and up for sale and sold. I had no idea that my mother took her in soon enough to put her in a fucking nursing home after the house sold. You don't know shit about me. You don't know shit about me. Seriously. You don't know how mentally abused I was, even when I was with my family. Even when I was with my family. But Flava, I am so sick. Why aren't you answering why Flava would call your mom if she was the one who texted you? My mom didn't text me. I haven't, like, I heard that she had cancer. I don't know. You know, my dad had a heart attack. I do know that. And my stepdad, had a heart attack. I do know that. And I know that he fell on the floor. And I do know that my mother was standing above him, screaming at him, saying, Pat, get up. Pat, get up. That came out of my grandmother's mouth, right? My dad had a fucking heart attack. And my mother was yelling at him, over him while he was on the floor, telling him he was faking it. Joseph had been sober for 2 months more than I can say about MS. Joseph is not sober. And you want to send money to him? Amber, guess what? I hope somebody clipped that live too. Because you know what you did? You know what you did? You aided and abetted a felon, right? Because he was doing great. He was doing great in his treatment program, right? And I fucking totaled my Jeep. We were supposed to spend Christmas together. And I bought my Jeep, like, I don't know, Christmas Eve. But Joseph's like, I already made plans with another family. And according to Joseph, he slept with the girl one time. And he was sleeping on the sofa. And he was like, you know, I mean, everybody apparently knows who she is, but I'm not saying that, right? You started him on drugs, you admitted that. That's bullshit. I was being sarcastic when I said, oh, yeah, I've done heroin with my son. You are full of shit. My son was a fucking drug addict. And he got worse and worse. Matter of fact, I got him 2 jobs. The second job, he was supposed to make, I don't know, he was bartending, and he was a cute kid, right? And he was bartending, and he made decent money. But he didn't make as much money as he thought he should have on New Year's Eve, so he helped himself to the fucking kill. I will tell you that that was one of my fucking client's best friend's restaurants, right? Do you know how embarrassed I was? Do you know how embarrassed I was to see a client knowing that my kid stole from his best friend to get fired from his job? And that's when he was with Alex. How do you know if he's sober if he doesn't talk to you? There's people in the quarter that say he hangs out in front of Checkpoint Charlie's every day. So 100% he's back to dealing drugs. Oh shit, did I say that about my own kid? I did. 100% he's back to dealing drugs. And he admitted, oh yeah, when I first got out of treatment, I relapsed, but I'm fine. Bullshit, Joseph. I raised you. I raised you until you were 15. I can see on your face that you're a liar. But Amber wants to like pull Tim up. Tim, my ex-husband, that my family, my mom and dad, paid security detail to cops that were off of the clock to make sure that Tim did not show up at Jonathan's funeral. Jonathan's obituary almost didn't get posted in the paper in time for people to get a notice out because Tim kept calling and saying, I want to review it. I want to review it. Bitch, you were on meth. You were smoking meth with Rich. You didn't even show up at my fucking kid's funeral. And you said that there was a second funeral for you and your family. You're a lying piece of shit. Amber, all you do is post lies and nonsense and twist shit and get people to believe you. There was no second funeral for Jonathan. He was not cremated, so there wasn't even a memorial service. Jonathan was in a casket. Man, like, I hate talking about this. When I went to the cemetery, and I'm like 5'3", right? When I went to the cemetery, my foot flexed to right above my knee. Right above my knee. That is the space that they cut in the ground to put my infant son's casket in. We had a wake. Well, it was a wake funeral because they knew I couldn't handle 2 days in a row, right? We had a wake funeral, and from there, Jonathan was put in the ground. Like, you people believe all these fucking lies, right? You just believe shit. I mean, the hate for me is so ridiculous. Wasn't he a kid as well? Yeah, Joseph was like 8 when Jonathan died. Joseph was about 8 when Jonathan died. But I thought I lost custody of all my kids. No, I didn't. A viewing, then funeral service, right, Sicilian. That like you know, sometimes people have a wake and then the next day's the funeral. They knew that I couldn't handle that. So the last minute, one of my friends took Timmy so that I didn't have to deal with Timmy at the funeral. Um, but there was no two services. There was no two services. And I haven't done enough damage to my kid, right? I haven't. Every time I wanted to discipline my kids after my mother made me file bankruptcy. Let me rephrase that. My mother made me file bankruptcy. I owed 169.9 on a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, gorgeous house in Diamond Head, right? And my mom, I heard her in the background because my dad